Good afternoon, or good morning, or good evening, depending on where you are around the world. I'm Marcus Holmes, the HR Passion Guy, and this is the Gratefulness Challenge, week 4, day 5 of our challenge. And I hope that you will drop in the comments, I'm all in. So whether you're watching us on LinkedIn Live, I see a couple folks that have joined us there, on Facebook Live, on Twitch TV, on YouTube events, and or on Instagram. Drop your name in the comments and what the temperature is like where you are around the world. I'm on the northwest side of Detroit, and it's barely climbing into the 50s today, but I will take the beautiful sunshine as it is the day of my birth. It is my birthday. And so I'm grateful to have the experience of being in the land of the living, as it were, and being able to experience so many things and people for which to be grateful. You know, our Gratefulness Challenge started a few weeks ago after we launched our very first book, The Gratefulness Journey Every Day. What are you doing in the next 30 days to transform your life? Available now on Amazon in ebook and paperback. And we decided that we would do a challenge to get people up to speed, if you will, and what the power of gratefulness in your life can do, how you can live more gratefully, and it will transform your life. So if you've ever been angry or frustrated, disappointed, in grief or loss, as I've experienced many of those things and may experience more of those things, gratefulness is one way that you can help to reframe some of that energy to ensure that you live out the most grateful life. Thank you, Karen Devane, for joining us. Thank you for the happy birthday greeting. And I accept. I hope he blesses me with many, many more. And thank you for your many years of service with the city of Detroit. Thank you so very much. I hope you will click share and just invite someone to join us on this extraordinary journey of the challenge. You know, Karen, in the first week, we started having moments of gratefulness, 1 moment a day for 5 days in the week, beginning Tuesday. So we do it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we do gratefulness moments in the week. And we choose one thing that we're grateful for. And each week we've had a different focus. So the first week we focused on being grateful for the people who have transitioned, the people who were important or significant in our lives, who are now angels on the balcony of heaven. And in week 2, we focused on being grateful. How are you grateful for the teachers, facilitators, instructors, professors, and or the lessons that they have taught you? We shared that in week 2. Week 3, we talked about relationships. What are the relationships that you are grateful for in your life or have been grateful for, and why? Sharing 1 post a day and including as your hashtag Gratefulness Challenge. And then this past week, as we're getting ready to close out, we talked about what are the grateful experiences that you have had. It could be an experience with an individual. It could be an in-the-moment experience. But whatever that experience is, we understand clearly that there is power in calling forward from your memory experiences that you've had and for taking inventory of the experiences that you have in the moment, right? And so we had a wonderful week of reflection on that for various experiences. Some of them as simple as the morning Java. If anybody's a coffee drinker or tea drinker and you have an experience and you're like me, I am what's considered an ambivert. right? I am fueled largely by being extroverted, but I have parts of me that are introverted. Sometimes I wonder if I'm an omnivert, but I'm certainly an ambivert. So I am fueled by connection to people. And so it's more than the coffee for me going to the Narrow Way Cafe. It's the opportunity to connect with people that I've become familiar with and exchange good energy. And that fills me up. And so that was one of the experiences that I wrote about. I also talked about another experience as an uncle parent. I had the experience. I am so elated that my niece, daughter Autumn, is doing well. And hopefully, to some extent, something that I've imparted or poured into her has helped her come to that place. And it's wonderful to watch her be able to make her own decisions, even though, as parents, you want to make their decisions for them. But it's wonderful to watch her make decisions and know that she has a good head on her shoulders. And it fills me up to have adult conversations with someone who may never grow up in my eyes, but who is an adult. And it filled me up. That was an experience that I shared. So I challenge you to do the very same thing, even today, as one of your posts. I see Mahasan Pierce has joined us on LinkedIn. Thank you so much. I hope you will click share and tag some other folks to join us. We're in this Gratefulness Challenge, and we're closing out week 4, day 5, as it relates to the experiences. All right. I see Joe Smith has joined us on Facebook, as well as Felix Holmes. Thank you both. I hope that you will join us by dropping in the comments right now, I'm all in. It simply means that you're going to take the challenge. And listen, you may do it today and miss doing it on Tuesday. That's okay. Get back on the wagon. Don't worry if you fall off and miss a day. The point of it is to build a new habit. And if you're like me, it takes you some time to build a habit. And once you get in this challenge a little deeper, we'll talk a little bit more about habit stacking, how you can stack your habits on top of other successful habits so that you will have an easier adoption of the new habit. So drop in the comments, I'm all in, that you will do one post a day for 5 days, starting today. That will help us end this week. And then we start afresh on Tuesday. So Sunday and Monday, you kind of get a break. That's your weekend in this challenge. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right. We chose that kind of structure for 2 reasons. One of them is because a lot of people of many faiths practice gratefulness on Sunday. It's a habit. They're already in that practice, even if it's only once a week. Most people are a little bit more reverent or a little bit more solemn, a little bit more sacred on a Sunday, some people, and they're thinking about taking inventory of, right? And that typically can carry you for a day or so, right? Kind of carries you, right? It sets up your week. But by Tuesday, you're thinking about deadlines and hump day and challenges and stressors, right? They're already converging on your week, right? And so that's why we positioned it to start then, because it is very effective to deal with those types of things. The second reason is we go right into our Love and Stuff Tuesday evening that we want you to join, and you have an opportunity to share some of the early parts of your gratefulness and connect with other like-minded people who are on a similar journey. Very simple. It's one thing that you're grateful for each day. This week we were doing experiences. And so I want to give you the opportunity, if you wanted to come live with me, to share any experience that you've had this week for which you are grateful, or any experience that you can think of from the past that you are grateful, because you can pull memories forward from the past and relive them in the moment to help reframe energy. We talked yesterday on the Passion Friday a little bit about the Gratefulness Challenge, because oftentimes when people are getting ready to do an interview, you've prepped for this interview, you're dressed to the nines, at least from the top to your waist, right? And this time you might not even have on real pants. Don't tell anybody. Don't stand up. You're dressed for the interview. You've practiced. You've listened to the advice that we do on Fridays about interviewing. Your 30, 60, 90-day goals, you've all had those in place. You've done your behavioral-based responses to the question. And here comes a question that you weren't prepared for. You're not even sure if you know the answer. And you start to feel like an imposter. You know what that is? When you enter a room and you have this feeling that you don't belong, or you enter a team and you don't feel like that you got transferred to a new team and you're like, everybody is smarter than me, I don't belong. But deep down inside, you have the know-how, the knowledge, skills, and ability to perform in that team, but it isn't presenting. And so, as a defense mechanism, you oftentimes will present in different ways. A part of the gratefulness practice can help you in that situation, because the first thing you do in the gratefulness practice is to take a deep breath. I want you to do that now, wherever you are, across whichever platform. Just pause, drop your hands to your side, close your eyes, and take in a deep breath until you feel it down around your rib cage. Not so much in your chest as you will feel it in your rib cage. And I want you to practice blowing that air out, exhaling through your nose only. Okay? Because if you're in someone else's presence, you don't want to go, whew, right? You don't necessarily want to do that if you're in the middle of road rage, right? You don't want to do that if you're in the middle of a crucial conversation with a colleague or an employee. But you can take a deep breath and slowly let it exhale, the exhalation through your nose. That sends your brain a signal, a very important one, that you are no longer in fight to flight. You're no longer there. It tells your brain that it can free up space to do critical thinking and that you are in no danger. How powerful would that be if we lived in that space? I call it flow. When you finally leave out worry, right? Because that's what gets our brain in such a tizzy. We're trying to find out the answer. And 9 times out of 10, somewhere in your brain, the answer is already there. You just have to send the right signals and cues to your brain to unlock the area where that information is. So you take that deep breath and center yourself. And you say, I'm going to bring my authentic self forward. I'm grateful for who I am. And in this moment, though I'm not so sure how I am landing on other people, I know who I am, and I'm grateful for who I am. And you'll be surprised that the very answer, the very innovation that you need to that question or solution starts to appear, because magically your brain is creating these neural pathways to unlock information that you need. Gratefulness and gratitude science says that when you practice this regularly, you can think 49% more clearly. It helps you to declutter your mind and thinking, so that again, it engages the correct parts of your brain, because there are parts of your brain that can be on automaticity, that can automatically process information. And you want to free up then your brain to do the deep, complicated or complex thinking that you will need to do for problem solving. And one way to start that is that deep breath. Taking that deep breath centers you and tells your body, it tells your armpits, stop sweating. It tells your brow, you don't need to wipe my brow. It tells your body, I'm not in fight or flight. I'm okay. And if you can live in the space where you are okay, you can conquer the world, my friends. And that's part of the gratefulness challenge. That's part of the gratefulness challenge. And so we hope that you will drop in the comments, I'm all in. Thank you to Mary Burns and Brenda Mulroney for joining us. I hope you will click share, and I hope whichever platform you're on that you will drop in the comments, I'm all in. I'm all into the gratefulness challenge, that I will just share on my social media one thing each day I'm grateful for. Now you can do like me, you can do a video. Or if you don't, your camera shy, you don't want to do a video, you can do a post. Write your post, right? I'm grateful for Autumn because she brought me fantastic lunch today for my birthday. I'm grateful, right? That's my post for the day. I put hashtag gratefulness challenge, and you will be surprised at the people that will respond, because it's a contagion. When you live in gratefulness, it attracts gratefulness to you. And when you live in gratefulness, it helps you to reframe the negative energy that you will give. And listen, I, like you, have experienced negative energy, been in the midst of negative energy, and tried to get out and was stuck from negative energy. And along this journey, that happens still along the journey. It's a journey. It's a process. Gratitude is the destination. That's the end result. But every day, You can have awe-inspiring moments that you live in gratitude through gratefulness. Okay? You're going to live in gratefulness to get to that future state, as I articulated, that state of being, that constant state of being, which is gratitude. But it's a journey to get there. It's a wonderful journey, but it's a journey nonetheless to get there. And so I hope that you will join us. We're at 318. And before I tell you next week's focus area, when we're going into week 5, I want to make sure that I bring to your attention the gratefulness journey every day. I'm motioning to Autumn, who cannot see me. Thank you so much. She's the best helper in the world. She is a graduate of the University of Michigan. I'm so very proud of her. That's why people ask me, I went to Michigan State. Yes, I did. I matriculated from Davenport University. Yes, I did. People ask me, and on the back of the book, I'm in a Michigan shirt. I'm in a Michigan shirt because I'm a Michigan dad. That's why I'm in a Michigan shirt. I love Michigan State. Go Spartans. I love Michigan. Go Blue. But I'm a Michigan dad. I'm all blue because my baby went to Michigan, and I'm very proud of her. And so she's such a fantastic helper, and I'm so proud of her. She's going to be a future dynamic attorney, and I'm excited. So she handed me the book so that I can show you the gratefulness journey every day. I want you to get this book, not just because I wrote it, and not just because it details a part of my personal journey, because I believe in the premise of the book. These are tried and true principles, and there is science behind them. So it's not just Marcus Holmesology, right? There's science behind the stuff that helps you to live more grateful living. And many of the gratefulness provocateurs, if you will, the thought leaders, stand behind this science because it is tried and true. And I figure that when you know something good, you ought to share it. Anything good, you ought to share. And so these 3 simple practices you can add to your life that will power your very existence. Of course, I'm not going to tell you the principles right now, but you can get them in the book. And this is a part of a series of books that we will begin writing. Now, just to give you a little background, this is book number 4. I have 3 other books that are not related to gratefulness that I started writing, but book number 4 was the first to market. And as I was considering the writing and sharing of this personal account of personal losses, I started to think about the inventory of and stock of relationships across the theme of gratefulness. And so tonight at 7, I'm going to have the pleasure to have a couple of my friends to come on to talk with me as I celebrate my birthday, a little bit about our relationships, because that's the next book in the gratefulness series. It's about my relationship with my friends. And so I am so excited to have them. We'll be right back here at 7:00 p.m. and you can join us for a birthday celebration and to talk with some of my friends. So you'll learn a little bit more about the author this evening and get a chance to shout out and celebrate with me. And then at 8:00, we'll kind of turn it into the dance room. We'll be in a messenger room on Facebook, and we'll be able to just share some of the favorite songs in my playlist. Of course, none of the music that will be played there is owned by me. I don't own the copyrights. We're just using it under the Copyright Act for usable fair use permission. And so I just wanted to share that. It's available in paperback and available in ebook. And it is a short read. And one of the things that a couple of the people who have done reviews and done feedback have said, I like that it was a short read because it's sometimes I'm on the go. I don't have the time to dedicate to, a 400-page book. It's a 70-page book roughly. And it's a great read. And I hope that you will curl up and have a great read with this, this wonderful book. All right, we're at 3:22 and I'm just looking across platforms and thanking you all for being here across the various platforms. Please click share, and I'm waiting for you to make that decision. Are you all in? Drop in the comments, I'm all in. That's the only commitment. The commitment is for you to unlock the power of gratefulness in your own life one day with one step at a time. Now, the book has some additional steps, but I think that before you get to running in a marathon, you probably should be able to walk good, right? And before you get to walk good, you probably need to get your balance together. And before you do that, you might need to crawl first, right? I'm sure you've heard that analogy. And so this is the first step. This is the awakening step, becoming aware that every day I want to be thoughtful about gratefulness. I want to be thoughtful about the things and the people that I have in my life. We're in a season and time where there has been so much loss. We've had a year of unprecedented loss in our lifetime anyway. Let's have a year of unprecedented gratefulness. Let's make this next year a year of gratefulness, that we take inventory of everything and everybody that we have left. And believe me, a part of what you have left are the legacy and heritage of all of those memories that are in your brain, that are in your muscle memory, that you can create shortcuts, that your brain is looking for a cue from you, that these are good things, that they can release good hormones and chemicals so that they can create neural pathways back to those things. Your brain can literally change itself based on what you feed it and based on how you respond to various cues and stimuli. Your brain creates pathways to give you shortcuts to get back to that very same information. And so I hope that you will drop in the comments right now, I'm all in. If you're willing to join us on this gratefulness challenge, one thing that you're grateful for every day, post it on your social media channels, whether you're on LinkedIn Live or Twitch TV or YouTube events or Instagram or Facebook Live. Just drop I'm all in the comments to acknowledge with us that you're willing to take the challenge on. Post one thing across any of the social media channels that you are on with the hashtag gratefulness challenge. And you are, my friends, on the gratefulness challenge with us. And what an extraordinary challenge it has been over these 4 weeks. And we expect that it will continue to be. And thank you for joining us, Adrian Green and Eric Powell. I hope you will click share, those of you that are on Facebook with them. I hope those that are on LinkedIn and those that are on Instagram will click share and drop in the comments, I'm all in. All right. And so I know that there are people from the Metro Detroit area, there are people from different areas around the world that tune in to our cross posting, if you will. And I know that there will be people who will watch in the after watch. If you do, I want to make sure that you drop in the comments, I'm all in, and do your first post for today, which it is the end of our week, but it's a good place to start because you'll stack it in front of a habit. You can give me a like or love if you're the person who normally on Sunday does some kind of reflection. Maybe you attend a worship online or in person. Maybe you do yoga. Maybe you meditate. Maybe you pray at home. There's some reflection that you think of the things for which you are thankful, right? That's why today would be a great day to start, even though it's the close of our week, because you'll stack it in front of a habit that's already serving you well. And believe me, every habit you have, good or bad, serves you well. You don't have a habit that you don't enjoy doing, right? Even if it's smoking, and I'm not judging smoking as much as saying we know that there's science that says it's not the best for your health, right? But there are still people who smoke every day because that habit serves them well. It might not be healthy for them, right? But it serves them well. Or if you have a healthy diet, and you've developed a healthy diet and you've removed fried foods and grease. Oh, don't we love those? And you removed all of those pastas and breads, and we love some of those, right? And you're eating, you're a pescatarian or vegetarian or vegan, and you're gluten free and everything else free that you should, could possibly think to be. And it serves you well. You must be getting some benefit from it. What's the same with the gratefulness challenge and journey, that you will see the benefits from the practice, but you must create the practice. And a successful way to do it is habit stacking. And I'd love to tell you more about that, but I want you to get the book because it tells you about that. How to successfully stack habits. Gives you just enough information to do that so that you can have success in all of those habits. Okay. We're at 3:28. And before we go, our next week starts Tuesday. Okay. So on Tuesday, April 20th, we're going to say the things that we are grateful for that happen in the springtime. What do you look forward to when you come into the springtime? What are the things that you like about the springtime? And what are the stories and experiences that remind you that new things are springing up, that something new is about to happen? Does it renew your hope? Does the change of season even make a difference where you live around the world? What are the things about the change of seasons, specifically spring, that you are grateful for? That's our focus for next week. And I hope that you will join us. You still have time to drop in the comments right now and say, I'm all in. You're invited to join me. It's my birthday. I am 51 years old. I feel amazing. I think I look amazing. And I hope that you will join me tonight at 7:00 p.m. as I have birthday with friends. A few of my dearest friends are going to join me, and I'm going to be asking them some questions so that you can get to know me a little bit more. You'll find out some information about me. Hopefully, they won't tell any cherished secrets, but you'll find out some information. I'm going to ask them some questions. Some of them have been my friends for over 35, 40 years. And so I'm going to be asking them questions about me. And you'll get a chance to shout me out for my birthday as well. And then at 8:00, we're going to transition to a messenger room. So at that point, those of you that are with me on Instagram and LinkedIn, you'll have to come over to Facebook because the messenger room link, I can post it on those other platforms. But once you click it, it's going to bring you to Facebook. That way I'll get to see you face to face in that messenger room. And you can give me a birthday shout out. I'll be sharing my playlist of music that Autumn is helping me. She's kind of putting the thumbs up and thumbs down to some of my choices. She's saying, Uncle, where's the 70s music? Where's the other music? I'm going to have some of that music in too, because I hadn't spent that kind of time. I was telling Autumn dancing with her to some of that music. She was playing Anita Baker. This is a 22-year-old playing Anita Baker, and I was singing the lyrics, and I was thinking, oh, we've never danced to this. I know all of these songs. You bring me joy and all of that good music. All of the music. I'm not saying that other music isn't good, but that music in the 70s and 80s and some of the 90s, wasn't listening to that much of that music. I was listening to gospel music and classical mostly during that time, but some great music. And I'm going to share some of that playlist with you from 8 to 9 in the messenger room. So it's a wonderful birthday for me. I'm having an amazing time right now. And I hope that you will join me tonight at 7:00 p.m. right where you are, 7:00 p.m. Join me live across all platforms in Birthday with Friends. I'm Marcus Holmes, the HR Passion Guy. Thank you for joining us in this Gratefulness Challenge moment. Listen, if you haven't dropped in the comments, I'm all in. You still have a moment to do that. And you can do it even after these live moments end between us. But I hope that you will be all in as a part of this Gratefulness Challenge with us, and that you will spring forward right into the spring and live more gratefully. The power of gratefulness is in your hands and it's within your reach. All you have to do is say, I'm all in. Have a grateful